What's up YouTube? Welcome back 18. Let's do another Casual Chuck today. Another reaction, yeah? So I've already done the last two from Chuck, Casual Chuck by the way. So I've done 1 and 2 to this. Today we're going to be doing number 3. After this I'll be doing another two as well. I think I believe it's 4 and 5. So I'll be adding them also. But guys, thank you for your support so far on the channel, and I appreciate every single one of you, Thank you. But also to new people that have just come across the channel, if you've seen my videos before, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget the notification bell. That's one of the most important things that will lead you to my next video. Okay, so guys, let's get into this one and see what I can pick up on today that I haven't seen in the last 2 of Chuck's videos, which are outstanding. He's produced these videos really well. I mean, shout out to CashualChuck. He's a really good. His reactions are really good, and yeah, these like SB19 story, fantastic that he's done. I mean, today we're going to do episode 3, so this one is called The Wave. So let's get into it and let's see what we can see that I didn't know before.
Would you believe me if I said that SB19 would be successful if I met them 3 years ago? You'd probably think I'm cheating because I'm talking from the present. And your past self would never believe me because I might have only seen them as a trying hard boy group who had to wear the same clothes over and over and over and over again because they couldn't afford a nice variety. But what if despite all this, they already knew what's gonna happen?
Etong mga to, sigurado ako in the future, magiging successful kami.
They knew their destiny. Pablo's username reads, I'm Seismite.
Yeah.
A random fan asked, why? He answered, it also means seismic, like Earth's vibrations. It's something big and important, so when I seize the mic, I create this impact, like an earthquake. And when an earthquake happens, you know what's next after that? Are you sure you don't know? Do you actually want me to spell it out to you? Okay, let me show you. Yeah, that's Pablo.
Okay, so just that first little bit, if you knew him about 3 years ago, like, it's crazy to think what has actually happened with SB19 from the beginning. With all this happened with SB19. It's crazy to think that, Chuck's like saying about 3 years ago, like, do you think I would have known SB19 or anything like that? I mean, I didn't even know him like two or 3 months ago. I'd never heard of him before because they were not heard of in like the Western world. I mean, now I think slowly they'll come online to a lot more like when they go mainstream, as they call it, in like Europe and that. There'll be a lot of more people will be invested in them. But yeah, it's crazy to think how far they've come. What we've seen so far, and I'm enjoying everything I see from them. Every experience, like of course I've done the Wish Bus a few times now, different songs, and every performance is like top notch. I can't knock them at all. There's nothing off about them. They're so, there's a good word, but I'm going to use now. They're organic. They're just natural. They're just naturals what they're doing. And you don't see that much. I mean, yeah, it's on about like the clothes that they're wearing, that the same before, same outfits all the time. But when you're starting out, what can you do? What can you do? It's expensive to keep having different outfits or different performances. It's just one of them. When you've got a good budget, of course you can do that. It's not an issue. Okay, let's get into a bit more, guys.
He ended up there.
Let's actually watch it from the start of the story, where Chuck's actually gone into introduced it.
Get in the zone! Break!
Finally, they were starting to go up. They were very young. This was the time when they were still trying to figure out their musical identity. Enter the Get in the Zone album. Just check out the level of variety.
Burning up di na matatanggi unting lunurin ng aking nadarama. Yeah, we gonna go up. Ibibigay ko ang aking puso. At kahit pa ang mundo ay mag-iba, huwag mong ikunot ang iyong noo. Nariyan ang kaibigan mo. The only one I never say goodbye.
It was definitely a mix of everything. The Bashers immediately saw this as a weakness. They were seen as a group who didn't know what they were doing. Despite all the hate, 18 didn't get affected as they started
The Bashers.
to know the boys on a deeper level.
Everyone gets Bashers.
Si Ken naman po, nung na-meet ko to dati sa cover group, parang sabi ko, feeling ko mayabang to, parang ganun po, mayabang to, tas tumbling-tumbling ka pa dyan, ganun, tumbling-tumbling pa to.
Uy, judgmental system.
Parang lagi siyang may sariling mundo, hindi po siya bilong sa amin.
Tinanong siya ng teacher namin, sa tingin mo sino pinakamagaling sumayaw? Ako! Sabi niya po.
Ikaw, me, ako po, sinabi ko po talaga.
Ay, kung confident ka naman, bakit
Yes
hindi,
po,
di ba?
ang galing ko po talaga.
Si Justin po, una ko nakita to. Oh, pogi. Siguro mayabang to.
Si Justin naman po, nung una ko po siyang nakita, sabi ko, typical guy.
See how they get on with each
Si
other.
Justin po, parang pure, parang
Really good.
innocent. Pero nung nalaman ko, hindi po pala.
Oh my gosh!
Si Style, sobrang friendly po. Siya po yung happy pill namin.
Di ko alam na siya pala yung main vocal po kasi akala ko magaling na talaga siya sumayaw. First impression ko po kay Josh, mabait po siya na mayabang po nandun.
Ayun!
Tinatry niya lang maging maangas pero deep inside hindi talaga.
Softy pala, softy!
Kasi Sejun, akala ko po hindi siya yung leader.
Nung una, ang weird niya po, nagsasalita mag-isa, parang bigla na lang siya nagagano. Sa isang tabi po, nakatayo siya sa gilid. Tapos may training kami, tapos biglang gagano. Tapos biglang gagano. Gagano po siya sa gilid.
Guys, when they're together
Ritual ba to sa
in
gilid?
these
We
interviews.
also got to know their internal battles.
Thank you to all of our families, especially to our parents, and sa mama ko at sa kapatid ko. Thank you kasi lagi niyo po sinusuporta. Kahit sobrang hilig ko sa pugal sa buhay, hindi ako sigurado mo din pinapasok ko. Pero nandiyan lang yung para sa akin. Thank you. Gusto ko mag-thank you sa apat na to. Gusto ko pasalamat sa apat na to.
His family, Josh Cullen, his family supported him from the start to make his dream come true.
Bumalik sila kasi hindi nila ako.
And still,
Parang naisip namin na mas maganda ituloy namin yung
it's that story from what happened at the start to these guys. Let's state it first. And now look at them.
Gusto ko mag-thank you sa bawat members kasi sila yung pinaka-unang hindi sila yung lagi naniniwala sa akin pag hindi ko na kaya sila yung nagtulong sa akin na ako nasusuko. Yan, si Sergio, si Justin, si Ken, si Josh, lahat may showbiz team. I love you so much.
That's one thing we need to do, guys. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up.
Pasalamatan ako nila lahat. So, ano po pasalamatan si Sir Robin for building this. Kung wala si Sir Robin, hindi kami mag-build. Walang showbiz, walang...
Tatag Robin, without him, SB19 wouldn't even be here. Let's just think of it that way.
And just like that, SB19 got us into their zone. So back to the album. As unique as each of the songs was, all 7 of them managed to reach the #1 spot of Billboard's Lyric Find
Yeah, Lua.
Global chart.
I haven't checked that song
It's
out
still
to
insane
yet,
thinking about it today. And they weren't done.
but
They
I
also
believe
appeared
it's
in
very
Billboard's
popular
top Social
as well.
50, peaking at number 3. Or so they thought.
And aside from that, eto, nagbabasa rin ako ng mga comments
Billboard.
naman sa ating comment
Again.
section. Kasi di ba yung last na pinost niyo is number 3 kayo sa Billboard Social 50. Pero ngayon, number 2 na kayo, guys! Oh, at
Social
Billboard
50.
Social 50, may mga nagko-comment dito. And number 6 na kayo. Number 7, di ba, nung
Oh,
last
what?
yung pinost.
Yeah.
Number 6 na. Virgin Artist.
Yeah, you guys are in
Congratulations.
number 2.
Oh, di ba?
They couldn't believe it. Stel ended up forgetting that he was in a live interview because he had to check it himself. Yep, it's real. September 1st, 2020, a well-known artist canceled an Instagram live interview with MTV scheduled for the next day. So MTV host Kevin Kinney invited SB19 on a short notice to fill in. An opportunity knocked, they answered.
Kevin Kenny.
Oh my God. Who wants to go first? For me, I
Play
like
some,
to
just grab it by this Instagram live. So yeah, guys. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is fantastic. I'm just seeing things I didn't see before, and like, you know, they got this exposure with the Instagram live with Kevin Kenny. I mean, someone cancelled, so he reached out to SB19 and give them the opportunity to go on the live. They've got more exposure to like even the Western market, like the US. You see, with the UK, we don't really tend to. You don't really tend to see much of the like MTV now here. That's like you don't really hear about it unless you know the artist is well known in like America or Asia, and then like a good case would be someone like Blackpink. Yeah, they're not that well known and in this market, and then all of a sudden they start doing like performances here and everything, and then like they had their concerts here, and yeah, they just now they're known. People, even I was seeing that was posting that they had something in London. They had this festival one weekend, and people were like, who are the Korean group that are here? Like, hello, have you never heard of these guys? And then when they posted later on, they were shocked. They were absolutely shocked. Like, wow, these are really good. And then this is the thing: the exposure for the Asian market. You know, like Philippines, Korea, isn't brought into like our charts that often. More so, I believe America's probably more exposed to the like Asian market. You know, like all the groups. That's why they all tend to tour there first, which that's fair play. That's where UK is slacking on like, artists. We need to a bit more exposure for the groups from that region, and vice versa. Because also when I travel to Philippines, they don't know a certain artist from the UK, for example, and it's like you don't know who that is, and yeah, it's the same. You see, oh, who's this UK artist, for example? It's a market, and as I say, with this Kevin Kenny, even though it's an Instagram live for MTV, it's still something. It's a start, so they grabbed it by the horns, and yeah. And then that interview. Okay, let's listen to a bit more.
With Mr. Bruno Mars.
2 weeks later, Kevin made a bold prediction.
We ask a lot of people for interviews. A lot of people that you want us to interview, we take it very seriously and we reach out. Some people, you'd be amazed, don't have the time of day, can't find the time, can't do it. Oh, that's tough. Okay, no harm, no foul. Then there's the people that are like, name the time, name the place we're there. SB19 did that at 9 p.m. They'd never done an Instagram
9
live.
p.m.
They didn't know if they could be together.
Dedication, that
They
is,
made it
to
a
get
point to not only
that
be
interview.
together at 9 p.m. because they knew that was the only time that it worked for this US-based host. That type of work ethic is going to take them very far in the music industry. I'm also very good at predicting music, okay? Right? I'm like the MTV push of hosts. The same way that MTV knows how to pick winners, I know how to pick winners. I said on this very after show, SB19 are going to be big stars. I said it on my IG Live. I've said it to you in private, Caitlin. I've said it to Banjo. You know, he didn't say anything back. SB19 are going to be big stars. They have it. Charismatic.
And they are big stars.
They're hardworking. Today's date is September 18th, 2020, when I'm saying this, okay? I want somebody to post this on September 18th, 2021, and you can see how right I am because of how much larger and more well-known SB19 will be.
And his
here from this
prediction
date
turned
right
out to
here.
be...
And when 2021 started, he
prediction-
reminded people about what's to come.
4 years into my career, I've
Fantastic.
seen some people come and go, and I've seen some journeys, and you can spot things, right? You can notice trends, you can notice similarities. SB19 right now, and the lock that 18 has on the voting, week in and week out, and seeing them rise up the Social 50 chart over at Billboard, it's very akin, it's very similar to what was going on with BTS 2017, 2018. Now, I hope SB19 can reach those heights. I'm rooting for them. Those guys are awesome guys and hard-working guys.
So as Kevin Kenny was saying there about his predictions that SB19 are going to be bigger than they were 2020, like was it September 18, 2020, and then in September 18, 2021, people are going to notice that SB19 are a lot bigger than before. Bloody hell, it's crazy. He's made a bold prediction. It could go wrong, it could be correct, but this, he's made a bold prediction that they're going to be a big group, and he's correct. They are. They're getting more exposure to the world now, which is going to be, by the end of this year, they're going to be a lot more recognized. I mean, look, he mentions BTS, they had the same kind of thing, and they were just not like exposed to the world as much, and then all of a sudden, boom, massive, like, what can I say, they just come out of nowhere pretty much, and then everyone started liking them, and then all of a sudden you see them like doing, some of their songs are featured in like adverts and everything, and then people are like, oh, what's that song? When you listen to, because we had one BTS I can remember was for one, of course, a Korean product, Samsung. They brought a phone out and they had one of their hit songs, Butter. Yeah, they put that in the song, and people were just like tweeting like, I've heard this new this been watching Samsung adverts, and I'm wondering who's singing this song because it's really catchy. And obviously they searched, clocked it. It was a group called BTS, and then ever since they just started to be, like, not that there were simps or anything for anyone of the group, probably in particular. They're just, loyal fans. They're just so into them, and it's good. I hope this is the same kind of journey for SB19 as well, because with 18, we're all going to support them, and we hope that a lot more people will support them in the future. So what can I say? It's going to be a really good ride for these guys. Look at them getting the exposure in the USA now. On the talk shows and everything else. That's good. But there's a bit more of this CashualChuck left. The story, the third episode. So I'm going to watch the rest of this. I'm going to see what happens and see what else will surprise me about SB19. Because I'm surprised at the minute. I couldn't predict any of this, like all this information. It's just one of them. So what we're going to do Carry on.
Interviewed them after like incredibly 10-hour plus work days of rehearsal and choreography practice, and they still put a smile on their face, and they're incredibly hardworking. I think that's really aside from the music being good, it's the work ethic that's going to take them to the top. So my prediction is they're going to break out in a huge way this year. So take that for what it's worth, AP.
Then what happened? Kevin's prediction came true.
A-Teen SB19. Congratulations.
This song was on the next level. It showcased Pablo's songwriting skills, Ken's dance moves and unique sound, Still's heavenly voice and choreography, the most iconic rap verse in all of P-pop by Josh, and Justin's brilliant mind, which created a spectacle no one has ever seen in the country. It became the fastest P-pop music video to reach 1 million views in just 16 hours. SB19 sent shockwaves that reminded people of what they are capable of.
Meron na akong natanaw na ko ang ilang music video nga what na-encourage ko.
The world got inspired, so it responded with a giant wave of appreciation.
Gusto ko rin ipagmalaki yung SB19 talaga.
SB19.
Yung last video nila, yung What?
Uy, maganda yun.
Ang ganda ng video, di ba?
Ang gagaling, grabe. Grabe. I think doon mo rin naman makikita na hindi mo pwedeng pulaan ng isang tao na nag-prepare hanggang sa makakita siya ng opportunity para gamitin yung preparation na yun. Walang pinagkaiba yan kay Manny Pacquiao na nag-train sobrang galing, pagpasok niya ng ring, knockout yung kalaban. Walang difference yan.
But you got Manny Pacquiao.
Na-appreciate ang isang artist na alam kong pwedeng magyabang pero hindi nagyayabang.
This was also the time when I found them. Their music made a difference in my life. It gave people happiness.
See?
Their music inspired us to become a better version of ourselves despite our imperfections. SB19 taught us not to only raise our own flag, but to wave it proudly. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry, Pinuno, but you gotta hang in there till the next episode, okay?
Bullshit.
Well then, everyone, that was CasualChuck with his SB story episode 3, The Wave. So what I can bring from this one is it's a fantastic production from Chuck again. How he puts this together is that it's amazing. Let's all give a shout out to CasualChuck. He's doing an excellent job with this kind of video. I mean, I've seen some other stuff by Chuck, and he's a really good. He's really goes in depth, in his reaction videos, and that's a good thing. He predicted that within a year they'd be a lot bigger, and they were. They were massive. They're a lot bigger than now. 2023, they're just massively over everywhere. Like everyone, I don't see very many negative comments about them. I mean, yeah, the bashers. I didn't know about this term until I was told, what a basher was. I was thinking, basher? What the hell is a basher? And obviously, to like British people, we just call them haters, or you know, we have other names for them, but it's not PG. It's not correct, you know, so we can't call them that. And yeah, you're gonna get this in every group's got the bashers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this reaction to Chucky. I enjoyed it. I enjoy watching these, you know, I enjoy watching things like this all the time. It gives you like informative things that you don't, you know, you're not going to actually see yourself unless you start doing the research for yourself. I mean, things like this are really good to watch, and it gives you an insight into what's going on with like SB19 and you know, the world, what's going on with people. Like, stop hating on these people. Power, positivity. Let's not all be negative. You know, let's all support one another. Goals. Let's support each other's goals. Look at the comments by Josh Cullen about, oh, my family have supported me through everything that and you know, want to make my dreams come true. So you know, that's a bold statement, guys. I mean, he's you know, he's a young lad and he wants to support. As we know, with Filipino like children, they like to support their family when they get older. Like, they support the breadwinner kind of thing. That's what the term is, and they want to give back to their parents. So you know, it's fantastic. So for them to make his dreams come true, you know, it's really good. I mean, I'm happy for SB19. I really am, and that's going from me. I mean, of course, I didn't know about him not long ago, and everything I'm seeing so far, I'm really enjoying. And if there's anything else that you can recommend for me to react to with SB19, or if it's any other artists, because I'm seeing a few comments about Sarah Geronimo. So if you would like to see me do some sort of Sarah Geronimo as well, feel free to comment, and I'll take note of it, and I'll do some research on what I can do, where to start, you know. Because I imagine there's going to be quite because when I looked at who's like Sarah Geronimo herself, there's so much, there's so many things to watch. And yeah, so thank you very much everyone for watching today. I appreciate you all, and if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so, and also don't forget to comment, like, and also don't forget the bell notification, because you'll be able to see my next video when it gets uploaded to YouTube. So until next time everyone, Inyat, peace. Inyat. Thanks, share the love for the Philippines. Peace.